What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode number 3. I'm Shawn. That's Jim. This is our buddy Brian. He's pretty much our, how can I put it? He's our liaison, I would say, of giant swim baits, which we'll be talking about. He does our viewing of our CPR events where we measure, send in on the app. We have judges, so we can actually, some of us, well, Jim will actually judge on the water, but then that cuts into his fishing time. So we have some outsiders that are also in our club, that have been in our club forever, that actually do our viewing, making sure that the heads are closed, the mouth are closed, the tails are pinched right, making sure so he can adjust the sizes on the fly so our tournaments run as smooth as possible. I'll let Brian introduce himself a little bit, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah. All right. So my name is Brian. I've been fishing with Island Bass Pro for the past 2 years. Other than that, I've dabbled in it in the past. Recently got back into it over the past probably 5 years. If I'm not out there fishing with them, I try to judge fish because of my work schedule, and I don't really get to make a lot of the tournaments. I try to make what I can make. Judging kind of makes me feel like I'm still involved and out there with the boys, although they might not like the way I judge or deducting people some points every now and then. Sometimes you got to deal with it. You got to suck it up.
My first fish, you had to do it.
I think it was like a quarter of an inch or something like that.
Yeah, exactly what it was. Every inch counts, guys. Don't we understand this? Every inch counts.
But I try to be fair all around. Like I said, like you would be pissed if somebody got another quarter inch advantage and you were out money, right? So I have to,
we weren't in that scenario, but it's fine. It's okay.
But I was out there for Ronkonkoma. Me and another buddy of mine, Joe, fished in his like 7-foot aluminum John boat, and once it started capping over, we were like, "Yeah, we're done." And we
I remember that. That was another one of Jim's lovely weatherman fucking photos.
Oh,
that's
man,
like the second time he screwed us all, but it's okay. It's fine.
I mean, I got good videos on it though, so it was cool. Like I got a lot of people looking at it like, "Why were you out in that?" and stuff like that. I was like, first tournament of the season. Probably only one I'm going to make for the year, and I gotta go. So,
well, you do have your own boat though. You have what is it, 19 or a 20?
I had a 17-foot Ranger RT 178. It's currently on consignment with the dealership, and I'm trying to get a full glass boat, 19 and a half or a 20, with either a 200 or 250 on the back, and
just to do horsepower though. No, none of the electric stuff.
More of the fueled series this year, probably. I'm going to try.
But your fame to everything is giant glide baits, right? Like you fish these very exclusive swim baits and glide baits and stuff like that.
I try to fish some of the bigger baits. A couple of my buddies got me into it. It's just another giant cached rabbit hole that you go down and everything like that. I'm not great at it by any means, but the quality of fish that you get on these baits is definitely better than throwing conventional most days.
So yeah, you're not really like us. You're not looking for that 12, 13-inch fish. You're looking for those pretty much jumbos, those 5+ pound fish.
Yeah, pretty much. The biggest fish that I caught so far. Hunter. Yeah, exactly. Like you want the trout eaters. Like when they stock with trout, you want to get the bass that are going after the trout.
Gotcha.
100%.
So then you fish like Massapequa Reservoir, Twin Lakes, stuff like that.
I fished the reservoir. I fished Massapequa. I fished Blydenburg when it was there. Had my PB there. Got a 7.7. Deep cranking in November. So it's not like it's just a certain month type of thing. You could catch them as long as they're willing to bite, and you put something in front of their face that's gonna appease them. They'll bite it. But yeah,
I always wish I had a chance to fish Blydenburg. That place got beat up by the time I even pretty much joined you guys and were able to do it. Everybody always talks so highly of that place.
Sponge always talk. He's fished it, right? Sponge said he's been there or no?
Sponge has been there because he's a Suffolk boy. So yeah. Most of my freshwater at the beginning all started Nassau-wise. Mill Pond, Twin Lakes, Belmore, Wantaw, Merrick, Seaford, stuff like that. Sponge was always been out in the Babylon area, so he's fished a lot of the Southards, Belmont, Argyle, Blydenburg, Patchogue, stuff like that, because that's where he is.
Right.
Yeah, Blydenburg wasn't bad. It was just an easier way to get my trailer in because I didn't have the means to put my kayak in the back of like a car or car top it. Like I tried to car top my kayak one time and it wound up getting loose from me and cracking me right in my shoulder, and I was like, that's not happening ever again. So
Sounds like
I
a
was
fun experience.
Your kayak had a pretty sweet setup with the trailer
yeah,
and
my
everything.
my kayak setup when I had it was an autopilot 120. Had the Minn Kota motor on the in the middle of it. 100 amp hour battery in the back, and then eventually to keep up with the guys in LIKBF, I kind of had to upgrade my fish finders and everything like that. And it wasn't just being, beat the bank. You have to try to kind of fish offshore too, because sometimes they're not on the bank.
Right.
So I eventually I ended with 360 on one side and live scope on the other, and it was good. Like I said, it was definitely an advantage. Um, I don't think it's by any means like gonna get the fish to automatically bite you. You still have to do work. You got to find them.
Sure.
Like I didn't use live like to make sure the fish were going to come and get attracted to my bait. I used live to find the bait, which led to me finding the fish, and then I would go from there. But like I said, that's all a tool to me. Other than that, the 360 is cool. But you can do the same thing with live. You put the live in landscape mode and you just circle around with live, and it's the same thing. But definitely try to keep everything up, keep the competition going, and like obviously the competition is gonna find any advantage they possibly can to get better and everything like that. So you got to keep up with everybody else.
So now, Jim, are we
fish with
doing any
LIKBF?
events this year? What's up?
How many years did you fish with LIKBF?
LIKBF, I think I fished with them for 1 year, and then like I said, work got in the way. Like my wife was pissed at me. Like I went to go finish up because I was basically in like almost a three-way tie for Rookie of the Year, and we wound up just having the baby, and I wound up going to I forgot where we went in Connecticut, but we went somewhere in Connecticut, and it was like the last tournament of the season, and I needed to score at least like 2 fish to be there, and I think I won by literally 1 point, and the 2 other rookies were a point and a point behind each other. So I barely squeaked by with Rookie of the Year, fish with them. Like I said, it's great camaraderie, great group of guys.
Yeah, but they have a lot of people in their members, right? They're like 50, 60 people.
Yeah, they have a bunch of people out there.
Yeah,
Like that, but I figured if I'm going to go to a Connecticut lake, an out-of-state lake, I want to be on a boat. If I'm going to trailer my kayak, what's the difference? I'd rather trailer a boat and be in more comfort and be able to, fish that way, to me.
Sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what Matt's going through now.
Yeah.
Matt's decided that if instead of throwing the kayak in the back of the truck, and granted he can get there a hell of a lot faster than us because he can just take regular roads instead of commercial. But he's like, if I'm going up there and I'm going to sit there and have a bad back or bad knees by the end of the day, I might as well have the same thing in a boat.
Yep.
So I get it.
He's looking at. I think he sent me what was it? The 16-foot, the guide version of the tracker.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same boat as mine, but only 2
but
years.
He wants a kicker on the back without it, without a stand. So he just wants to use it with a kicker, so then he can pull it off and still fish the island, and then just throw it back on.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I know I was gonna, if I take my aluminum boat back, if it doesn't sell or whatever, and I don't go through with the glass boat, I might try to put my boat on Ronkonkoma this year. It depends on how filled up it gets by the time the season comes around.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but that's gonna be hard though. You got a big ass motor on the back of that thing.
It's a 75.
All right, so you should be.
Yeah,
able
it's
to
not
lift that off.
terrible. Like I said, I'm gonna keep it covered.
He'll
do
float
what I need
right
to do.
off.
Yeah,
I've
it should
known
be
a
fine. It's
couple
just
guys
whether
that
the
have dropped
water
them in
level is
there.
high or not.
Now, are we doing any events this year that are going to be no electronics? Because I remember you did it a couple of years back.
I did it a couple years back, and I was supposed to do one last year, and it just kind of slipped off my mind. And I think we're going to try to do another one. I don't know if we're going to do maybe on the first meeting. I was debating on maybe doing a coin flip and saying, let's pick a coin flip and we'll see which ones we have it and which ones don't. Kind of like what Bass Master did.
Just put all the names in, put all the tournaments that we have in a hat or whatever, and pull out the hat. And that's the tournament that gets no electronics.
We could do it one way or another. I would like to see at least one. I just don't want it to be like an event where you can't use it anyway. Going to Middle River, Upper Mills, where we were 2 weeks ago, or Forge.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not. You're not gaining much by having guys with no screens. It means nothing anyway. I'd rather see it on Fort, or if we went to Connecticut, like squats or something.
So then
I'd rather see it
put those in
on
the
that. Right. We have to pick. I have to pick certain events that it would be available for that opportunity to be no electronics. And like I did 2 years ago, it's hard for me to take the guys all evenly and say no live scope. It's really hard for me to judge because most of the guys the scope is wired to the trolling motor, and for them to pull that whole thing off, it's a pain in the ass. So what I did 2 years ago was said no screens. So everybody had to pull the screens off. So nobody has anything. So if you have an aluminum boat just with like a 12-volt battery and a motor on the back, that's basically what everybody's got. Because there's nothing. There's no water depth. There's no temperature. Nobody's got anything. All screens had to be removed, which usually is the easiest route of getting the electronics off.
It's the same thing. I get it. I'm telling you right now, if I was on my trolling motor, I wouldn't be pulling everything off anyway. Popping a screen is only one power cable and a transistor.
Popping the screen is exactly, and that's why I did the screens all together.
Yeah, that's fine.
It just was
most
the
of us
easiest.
travel without the screens on anyway.
Correct. So it's just a lot easier that way.
Now, Brian, have you been fishing lately?
The last time I was out was probably before Thanksgiving week, I think. It's been a while.
So
I haven't gone out. A lot of things frozen over already. Like Forge is already frozen over.
Really?
Because I have the Freshwater Anglers of Long Island is another club that I'm involved in out there, and they have the access to John boats. So you pay a membership, you have access to a house, freezer, refrigerator, bathrooms, and they give you 24-hour access to John boats and everything like that. So you go out there anytime you want. You just got to throw a battery and a trolling motor on the back of it and have at it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, where's that?
Yeah.
That's on Forge?
It's on Forge. It's 2 houses away
Cove.
from Pleco in the Cove over there in the back.
Oh, that's where all those giant lily pads.
The John boats are. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, so that's actually pretty cool. I didn't know they do that.
Yeah, I've been with them. So they do a couple tournaments out there. They have like a couple meetings out there at the house during the season and everything like that. And
do you know how much the yearly membership is?
I want to say it was somewhere in the it's probably in the threes for your first year because you have to pay like the initiation fee and everything like that.
Right.
But they also try to keep it like close knit, where you have to be like basically recommended by somebody already in the club in regards to getting into the club. They've been working on their
someone might
numbers.
have to recommend me because that's a perfect place for me. Because if I'll spend $300 a year to run out there to go to the bathroom, I'm sure the wife would too. Because I don't have to run into the woods, and that's a beautiful thing for me.
Oh yeah, you let me know. They have open houses. I'll let you know when the open houses are and everything like that.
Last year they had a table at
yes
at Ward Melville.
Melville.
I don't know if they did it at Rocky Point, but they had a table at Ward Melville.
I believe they're doing the Ward Melville show. I think that's the one that's coming up, right, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that Ward Melville's like in March.
No, Ward Melville is in March.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're doing a couple of shows coming up and everything like that. Like I said,
So
I think
the one in
Rocky
Rocky
Point
Point
is the 8th. Yeah, I think that's the 18th of January.
Yeah,
that's the one
January
at the high school or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all run by Bob Wilson, which is like the head guy over there at Setauket, which is Ward Melville.
Oh,
and then
nice.
He's helping out the wrestling team over there in the other school. So
Okay.
he's doing it. So this year, unfortunately, we'll be there. Not Your Odds will be out there, and so will Long Island Bass. But I'll be up in Rhode Island because they schedule the same weekend for 2 shows.
Oof.
So
Okay.
Sam and everybody will be, Ward Melville, yeah.
Right.
So Ward Melville, we'll still be there. We'll be at the 18th too. I think you're right next to us.
Yeah, we're right next
But we
to
have.
the 18th.
I'm going up north with hopefully Sponge. I don't know if he can go yet, and then Sam is staying down local, which is cool. I would want to meet those guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of knowledge in there. There's one guy that goes out. I believe he's in his, I want to say 80 plus, and he goes out by himself. He'll go out at night. He takes the smallest boat he can find that we have out there on the water, and he'll go under 495, and he gets into stuff like that nobody else can get into.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And
shit! So he comes back up the river.
Oh yeah, he'll go down, like literally trim the motor up in the back or whatever he does. Goes under 495, finds his little honey holes back there or whatever, and then we'll come back up. And me and my buddy Dave Parker, we go out there at night because we have the access to it, and we see him coming back in, and we're going out, and yeah, it's crazy.
See, I've pulled up to that place like 3 or 4 times. I just can't not have my vagina on. I can't go through the tubes. There's too many spiders, man. I just can't do it. Fucking can't do it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Now,
I took the kayak over there, and it's during a tournament just to try to find something. I'm just like, I don't know if I'm wasting my time or not, but I didn't go underneath. I kind of went back up the river at that point. I was like, all right, we'll figure it out.
I heard it's the promised land, man. I heard not
There's
that many people fish it.
There is a hole back there.
That's what I've heard as well.
Yeah.
That,
I'm gonna have to fucking suck it up.
Opposite side of the train tracks too, apparently. From
my luck is my fat ass will be stuck on the other side.
Up on the other side.
Yep.
Yeah, but can you get the John boats through that? All that?
I mean, you'd have
you
to
could
probably
launch from a different spot.
Take it up, or you
the
launch
John
from a different
boats.
spot.
You can't. Because remember that dam that fish ladder that we were fishing over the summer?
Right
on the side of the road. That's the train tracks are on the other side. They go all the way up, and that's where the train tracks are.
So now where we were fishing, you can't launch there.
Around the block, you can. Yeah.
If you go up there and everything like that, and then the dam that they just rebuilt over there, or they refortified or whatever it was with the fish ladder to try to get the ally to come up river or down river or whatever it is. There used to be like 2 blocks that you basically could put your kayak on, and you could launch your kayak down that way, so you can go closer to like the actual riverhead area up the river that way.
That's cool. Yeah, because when we were fishing it, that was all weeded over. They had that one little path.
Yeah.
That kind of just went up.
That was like in the middle of the summer, though. That's kind of like Middle River, like Upper Mills. You got to hit it early spring, or it's not even worth trying to get in there.
Yeah,
that's our problem across the board on Long Island. You got to fish everything early or late. If not, you weed it over and you can't do shit.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
Well, I never even told you, Brian, but I actually got a message from Ed Romaine's office from the guy Mike. Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to explain it, you're going to leave us here fucking wishing. What the fuck's going on, guys?
So he goes and tells me, he says, if you want, you can put this on a thread with the other guys. I can't seem to find it. As I understand, there will be a meeting in early January regarding the environmental impact study for the dam. We are still on schedule for early spring or late spring this year this coming year to start the project. It's okay if you want to if you and the group want to speak and make it public. That you're going to make something public by the end of the week. I think he was doing speak to text because it's not fully clear.
Yeah.
So pretty much he's telling us that they're going to do something. They're
going to start something this year in the spring, which
is complete bullshit. I'm sorry.
That's what I was trying to. I asked him to call me, and I'm waiting for him to still call me back. But he's like, "What's the matter?" And I was like, "Well, it's kind of defeating. It's kind of going against everything that was said in the meeting in October at the firehouse. Because at the firehouse they said that because of the extra water drainage volume that they found while doing their studies, it was going to take another year to rethink and re-evaluate the whole dam, because now it's going to have to be bigger, and now they're not going to start until 2027.
So let me explain that for everybody. I've been dealing with the townships across Long Island for the past 25 years doing underground sprinklers. All that means is who's getting the suitcase of money and how much money is in it. I'm sorry. Because there's a million fucking people that are smarter than us who do this all the time. This is what they get paid to do. They probably already have the plans done. They want to go to each contractor, find out how much they want to charge and how much that county or township or whoever is getting that fucking envelope of money. Simple as that. I see it across the board that people don't have licenses and they get it.
It's even when I was talking to Heidi about it last month over at the lake when she was doing that electrofishing thing over here. And she said that they have
the one that they killed all the perch?
Yes. Yeah. She said that their permits weren't even all filed yet. So there's a lot of miscommunications, and I'm kind of curious to see what's really going to go on.
But why are they not going to get involved?
This was kind of interesting on on when they say that the project's still on course for spring, and I'm like, well, you might want to talk to your guys that are working for the county, because all the engineers that spoke at the meeting all said it was going to be 2027. So
Yeah, and they,
Yeah, but
they
now
ultimately
is
have the final say.
yeah, but is DEC
you would
even getting
think
involved in this shit or no?
So
DEC has to.
yeah, unfortunately, I think any body of water that I guess has public and or private maybe access, I think
Plus
DEC
now,
isn't
has
that
some type
considered
of say in
wetlands?
it.
It's a tributary or something, because it's like
It's a
there's like the
it's a
river that
spring,
runs
natural
over.
spring that runs underneath it that basically pushes the water into the coastal south shore of the island. So basically, I guess
North
like
Shore.
brookies can technically, or North Shore. I'm sorry.
North Shore.
But so brookies can technically run through there and everything like that. That was another reason why a lot of people were
They were
kind
trying
of
to go
against it per se, because they say like the amount
but they
of
also didn't.
it's
So
all
the actual
yeah,
one trout that we're not allowed to take on the island, they give a shit about is the brooks.
there's
Well,
a
they
take everything the fuck else.
there's certain
They
there's
all
certain,
care about
I
the
guess,
trout getting all the way
companies.
up, but then when you tell them that there's another dam that's in the way still, then they're like, yeah, but we're going to take that one down too. We're just ready to put in to have all dams removed on the island. That was their answer, even to the news when we did it
Yeah.
last.
So if that's the
over
case, let's get
summer.
rid of the fishing tournament. Let's do whitewater rafting because that's all it's gonna fucking do. It's just gonna rush water down everything anyway.
And it's not
Yeah,
like there
it's-
aren't brook trout there. There's still native brook trout that are in that waterway, because you can literally pay. There's a park over there adjacent to the road. I'm trying to think of it. Caleb Smith. If you go up that road, you go in there, you could pay to go into the access area, which is like a basically like DEC lock and key type thing, and they let you fish for however many hours it is. I think it's like $50 for the 4 hours or something like that, and you can literally walk up there. You can fly fish, and you can catch trout. That's mainly what it's there for.
So it's the same thing as like Connecticut, Bubble Falls area.
Yeah.
You
Well,
pay for the day, you fish for the couple
Mhm.
hours. What you got to fish barbless, and whatever you catch, you have to take.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Because there was like another guy on YouTube that I was watching his videos, and he like fished it with his buddy for the day and everything like that. But yeah, they were literally throwing flies. the
Yeah,
whole
but if
time.
that's the whole point, so they have all these spots that generate money for themselves. Why not do it to generate money? Do it like we do in fucking saltwater. You go to any launching ramp that's besides like John Burns and stuff like that. It's kind of like county or their little county park. Pay. I'll pay the fucking money to go launch at Forge and Fort and this and that. I love Fort. Granted, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere at the end of the island, but it's nice. It's clean. There's a bathroom there. You don't see shit that's all floating all over the place. If you want to pull up behind 7-Eleven, get something to eat, they'll let you get off the dock, go get something, get back on the boat. It's more user-friendly. You don't have that at Forge. You don't have that at Rock Hakama. You're better off. You're probably going to catch a fucking body before you catch anything else. Like, I'll pay, or I guarantee everybody would pay to go have these parks cleaned up and put in the right way. Like, they don't even
I
have
just
fucking
wish
garbage
they
cans
put
at
the
these
same
places.
effort that they do all upstate.
Yes.
All upstate, they put so much effort into the whole fisheries and everything in regards to the state with their launching ramps and everything else, and then we get the shit end of the fucking stick. Is basically the.
But you're never going to change that unless you get somebody in office or somebody higher up who does what we do.
Yeah.
Because then he'll push for what we do. Other than that, they don't give a shit. What are they going to generate? $1 million or $2 million? That's peanuts to them. These guys are getting that
Probably not even.
Yeah, but they're probably all right. So say half of that. They're getting a couple $100,000. They're paying these guys to sleep on the side of the road to fix the fucking roads themselves for the same amount of money. They're getting fucking taken for a fool. They just don't give a shit about the small people who actually want to take care of the place. That's the problem. And it is what it is. If they charged everybody whatever, a couple bucks, what it is, say if it's $50 for the year to launch on Long Island, or $100 a year to launch on Long Island, or it's $100 a boat. I have 4, so that means I'd have to pay $400 a year to have the sticker on my boat that I could be there. And then you limit the assholes that just go there, and I'm not gonna mention it. We've seen it on the little inflatables on Forge. They go there and they fucking take everything. But you limit those assholes docking it and fucking patrol it. Like I went the whole fucking year of not having anything. I didn't see one DEC agent at all checking us. I got fucking more reamed out by peg leg in Connecticut than anything for walking around with a beer,
with the Red Bull.
a fucking beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've seen the DEC more this past year than I have, probably in my time fishing over the past couple of years. I mean, I've gotten checked. I got checked at Hempstead. I got checked multiple times at Massapequa. And this was like before the stocking. Normally they'll come around like during the stocking to make sure everything's
That's when I see
smooth
them.
and everything like that. But I mean, they were out in abundance. And then eventually, this was still probably like 2 or 3 weeks before Salt opened up for their stuff. And like normally when Salt opens, they're gone. You're not going to see them,
But
unfortunately.
then that means all that means right there is that they're understaffed.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
And
Because
the
I
kids
can
out
tell
there
you-
are probably like just graduated college type kids, like 23, 25, somewhere around there.
Listen, I deal with them a lot more on the saltwater side, either with the party boats or blackfishing or bluefin this and that, because it's more federal regulated fish. So the tickets that they give out are a lot more money, which I get it. Half the times the people that go in freshwater fishing, half of them, in my experience that I've seen, one, don't speak any English. Two, like I said, I'm not knocking the race or everything. They're either Asian, Polish, Russian, and there's a Polish one right back there. My wife is Polish, so I'm making fun of her too. So I've seen them. I've seen Sponge pull a knife on guys in Argyle, keeping fucking 10-inch bass. Like, you better put that fucking thing back before I stab you. Like, it's getting to the point where you need more people. You need more people to patrol these areas.
The guys that go out there and fish a decent amount shouldn't have to. I mean, I guess you should have to police your own. I get that, but you shouldn't have to be getting into fist fights with people over people taking bass. Like that's the reason DEC's there.
Listen, I'm not knocking if you want to eat the fish. If you catch a 13-inch fish out of Forge or Fort and you want to eat it, go ahead. There's nothing saying that you can't do it.
Nope.
It's just
They
you're
don't
just
tell you
frowned
not to,
upon.
because the mercury levels are supposedly so high.
Yeah, I mean that's
But-
another thing. I guess that's just growing up on Long Island. All of us probably like, yeah, no, we're not doing it. We know what goes in
there's
that,
no
everything like
chance.
that. These are people that come in probably from Queens and everything like that, or whatever, and they're here for the day or visiting family. And
Going to come up in about the next probably 2 to 3 weeks. There'll be a crappie run at Twin Lakes. I'm not going to tell anybody when. I'll tell you guys off screen. It runs for about 8 to 10 days, where you can legitimately go there and without a bat, you can look at my feeds and everything. You're catching 200 crappie. Easy. If you can cast out there, it's every fucking cast. And you'll catch giant yellow perch. You'll catch an occasional bass like we do. And it's primarily crappie, anywhere between 5, and Sponge caught one last year that was like 13 and a half inches. Biggest thing I've ever seen. Looked like a fucking porgy. But there's people who drop them off, and we talked to this guy. His job is to drive people out here to go to work. So he's like a non-paid Uber, but they pay him. He literally drops 4 people off in the morning to go work. He sits there all day long and fills 5-gallon buckets of panfish.
yeah, and that's
then he
probably
gets
what he has.
Yeah, he gets in his car, he picks up the 4 people, goes back to Queens. And I've called. We actually
And I
have
bet he's-
rapport with these guys. They don't come on. They don't fucking show up. Oh,
No,
we're
they
on
don't.
our
Similar
way.
to that truck. What's that? The Elon Musk truck that was over at Ford's
that-
this year.
oh,
with
God.
The
Tesla
folding
truck?
boat. Yeah.
Yeah, so some guy showed up with a Tesla truck, and literally 2 guys. We'll just say they are of the animal eating descent, and I don't want, I don't want to be that rude, but they'd show up and they literally, it's like a Temu fucking boat. They just, and it's a fucking
fold-away.
boat, fold away, and next thing you know, they're mounting these things on, and 2 fucking guys are going out there and they come back with buckets of fish.
And they got a bucket of shit, and then they take off and leave.
Listen, I got a buddy. Well, you guys will probably meet him too. His name's Logan. Really good fisherman. Actually turned me on to Forge about crappie fishing. That I didn't even know you could take a boat on this place, and then I met you. He takes like 6 a year, but he only takes them in the spring when the water has just coming off that really cold spurt where all the algae and everything has died off. He takes 6, he eats 6, done. That's all he takes.
More
But,
power
you
to
know,
him.
he's like, it's the only time that I would take it because of all the runoff between the trucks on the highway, the rain, and all the other bullshit. It's the cleanest and the freshest that water will be for that year. And that's when he takes his 6 and he goes home. And whatever. You know, who am I to say they're all over 10 inches? Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
some-
like, but these guys just over abuse our water And it fucks with us. And it's like, if they're not going to take care of it, then unfortunately we're going to have to police our own shit.
The only time that I ever saw DEC at Forge was all before the life jacket law goes away. So I think it was before May 1st, I think is life jacket law.
Yeah.
So they'll show up before then and they'll walk the parking lot because after that they're out doing their other thing with the salt water and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
They'll
and
make sure you
primarily
get a life
when these
on.
guys show up.
They'll see if they stopped one father and a son. They literally had a canoe with like a flat back canoe, and he put a little trolling motor on it and a car battery that he threw in the back of his truck. And the guy questioned him because it wasn't freaking registered. And I'm like, of all people to question, that's what you're gonna start with,
right. Don't worry about the father and son that trying to have a nice day out.
Yeah, the priorities are sometimes a little off. I believe. I think that they should be looking for them more.
I have a lot of ties in the DEC office. A lot of people, I deal with them a lot of time, whether it's on good terms or bad terms, or it is what it is. Mostly it's bad, but I know these people. And when you talk to them at the shows and you say, "Why don't you go report these areas?" Their biggest thing at the shows, and they tell you right off the bat, understaffed.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna walk all these ponds to hand out a couple non-ticketed fucking fishermen, or you're gonna go run around on a boat where you could stop 100 times more people and hope to get more tickets, and they're more expensive saltwater. So I understand why they're doing it, but if that's the fucking case, hire more people. We pay for it anyway. It all comes out of our fucking taxes. It all comes
out of the taxes. Yep.
That's it.
I don't know. I just think that what you need to do is get some of these guys on board with us. If you get some of the problem is all the DEC guys I find, the only one that I know, most of the guys, they all work for like Harbor Patrol, like for Freeport. They all work for they're all regular cops. Mm-hmm. They're the fishermen. Mm-hmm. The DEC guys, they don't know shit. They barely know the fucking fish that we're catching because 90% of them aren't from here. Yeah. That's the same thing with the Coast Guard. When you get stopped by the Coast Guard, I've gotten pulled over with the Coast Guard and DEC on the boat telling me that I can't use mussels for blackfish. Didn't understand that they were clams. And I wasn't blackfishing, I was bassing. So it's like, you guys don't even know what the fuck you're writing tickets for because you get a kid who joins the military, which I'm all for, but you join the military as a Coast Guard, you're not stationed in your area. You're stationed on wherever they put you. So you take your top 3 spots, and if you get them, you get them. So you can get a kid from fucking Wisconsin who grew up on a lake, and now you're trying to tell him that hey, you got to police fucking saltwater shit. And they don't understand what the hell's going on. And that's the same bullshit when I talked to them last year because I ran into the same problem with my boat not having numbers. And when I talked to them and the guys there were actually really cool about it. I didn't have numbers on my boat because they never came with them. Now they do. I had to go through almost 6 months of bullshit to get numbers, but I got them. Their thing was, listen, if you're on the water and you're with your daughter and you're not being an ass, 99% of the time, they're going to tell you, listen, take the motor off or it's going to be a stupid ticket that's like $25 and you're going to be on your way. But I can't guarantee that guy doesn't wake up in a bad attitude and he's going to take your boat. I'm like, you're going to have a fun time trying to take my boat. I have no problem going back. I had a fun time when I was there. You're not taking my shit. I'm not the asshole you should be worried about. And you can point the problem out to these people and they just don't give a shit anymore. But if you can get those guys to be on board with what we want to do at Blydenburg or set up whatever, have a fucking garbage can at some of these launching ramps. How many times have we walked through Forge and I'm getting caught up in line on the floor? Pick up after yourself. Or put a garbage can in. Not everybody's going to use it, but at least it's there. They don't do shit. And it's like we're going to be waiting 4 or 5 years before they even do anything at Blydenburg. It's because
by the time the water level's up,
they're not getting the money. That's the problem. I guarantee there's probably people all across the island that are waiting and willing to do anything and everything they can to help out that area. Look at that road it's almost pretty much done, isn't it? That one access road to the houses. They're doing the same shit. It's the same fucking thing. You just don't have to put a road on it.
Yeah.
And that's already done. So don't tell me the plans are not the fucking same. It's money. Who's getting paid? And that's all it is. And that's the fucking sad part is that we all fucking suffer from the lower part of it.
I think part of the difference is with that one was that Blydenburg isn't in state of an emergency anymore because it happened, and now they're claiming that it's not a rush. Like,
Yeah, but
they
I
don't
also
want-
read somewhere too that if it goes back to being a natural wetland for more than like 2 years, it has to stay that.
Yeah, right.
That's what happened out at Rattlesnake Creek out in Bubbles
Yep.
Falls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that part right to the right on Sunrise Highway was great for fishing. You know, it was fucking awesome. Great, there was a lot of panfish and stuff, but you were able to catch a lot of the runoff trout from up in Connecticut. There was fish to be caught. Good time with a young kid and hanging out. It was a good time. But as soon as they did that bullshit over there and it dried up, oh, sorry, it's a wetland now. Now what the fuck? So you took another spot away from somebody, and now everybody's crammed in by the train tracks in a 20 by 20 little lake that's just fucking horrible. That's got more fucking garbage sitting on the bottom of it than it's disgusting. I don't know. I'm ranting about bullshit because I'm angry about it.
I mean, they were supposed to build one out in Middle Island too, opposite of Artist. They were doing like mineral deposits or something like that, digging up stuff over there. But apparently, the company dug too deep, and now they won't allow them to actually make it a lake.
They dug too deep.
The best part about it was like they had like a whole thing set up on the computer. Like you could literally go to the website and it's saying like what's to come and everything like that, and how they're going to go about doing it, and it's going to be like a premier lake for the island and everything like that for
Are you
fresh
talking
water
about the
and so on and
sand?
so forth.
Are you talking about the sand place?
The sand pit, yeah, the sand
Yeah,
place
the
over
sand
there,
place.
yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently,
So what happened?
it
They
is a
dug too
lake.
deep and they hit shit?
They hit groundwater.
Yes.
So fuck it. Hit the groundwater. Make an artesian well. Now they have to make it a lake. Can't
Well, I
stop
think
it at
is a
that
lake
point.
already. It's a body of water already, but they're still getting sand from it or something.
Yeah, they're still using it and everything like that. But
I heard
now,
that there is going to be there is a cutoff point where they're going to make it like a public body of water after a certain amount of time.
Well,
But
okay, so
it's
that's
too
cool.
small to hold any
So
tournament.
why?
events. It's just,
So why is it then everything that we do is Suffolk County? We can fish on bank anywhere on Long Island. You can't launch a boat in Nassau County anywhere. You can carry in Hempstead.
Yes. Well, yeah,
So-
I mean, yeah, like you're talking about, like actually backing up into a water and launching that
Yeah,
like
you can't
that.
do it anywhere.
Anything, because you can go to Hempstead, which is it's beautiful, it's nice. Yeah, again, you're probably going to catch a body like Ronkonkoma or whatever, but you have no place to park. You have that one little parking lot. Trail is not allowed. So if you kayak in, you have to carry your shit down the
Right
fucking
across.
hill to the
Yep.
water. So I was like, really?
I know
Like,
you
what
and
the
Joe,
fuck, man?
you've done that a couple times.
Yeah,
right?
me and Joe carried down. I mean, like they do like a cutoff place where it's like almost like a bus stop type thing where you can basically take your kayak off, leave it on the the sidewalk. Hopefully, it doesn't get stolen, and then park your car, run back to the kayak, launch the kayak that way, and then you're free to do whatever you want to do. Me and Joe did it with the boat, and we had a decent time. I mean, we got checked by the DEC again because the DEC's like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody out here bring a John boat down here before. We're like, no. We carried it. We took it in the back of his car, carried it in, put everything that we needed to put on it, and went on our way. And I think he caught like a 4 something that day too. It was cold as hell.
I know on the monthly he caught a couple of good ones out of there last year.
Yeah. So
And it's not a small place.
no,
Like,
it's
I think-
big.
And it's got both sides.
That and it's a good setup. It's not like it's got grass, but it's got very, very sparse grass, and it's a sandy bottom, which is nice. And then by the dam, by McDonald Pond on the other side, obviously they regulate their dam and everything like that over there. But it's basically chunk rock going down on an angle, and it's probably about 9 or 10 foot deep. So if they're related to stuff over there, like the rock over there, all you got to do is cast in there and throw a jerkbait over them or on top of them, and hopefully something comes up and snaps it. And that's it.
See, I always said that so you fish Massapequa Reservoir, the one on Merrick Road.
Yes.
Well, the preserve is on Sunrise Highway. The Massapequa Reservoir is on Merrick Road. Montauk Highway for you Suffolk guys.
Okay, so yeah.
So that's a beautiful place. That place is huge. Like, you have all that side road access. They won't even let you carry a kayak in. So
No,
what I
you can't
heard is
do anything.
the people who have the houses that are right there on the east side, they can put them in because they have access to water rights,
Yeah.
but nobody else can.
Yeah.
And that place is awesome. That place is huge. You can easily fish our whole tournament there. Whatever. So don't give it to us for John boats. Or don't give it to us for our rigs, because our rigs are a little bit more advanced than most people's. But put a small little John boat in there with electric. No electronics, just you'll add one motor and that's it. And just go out there and paddle around. Or do it like, what is it? Belmont. So Belmont, you can rent their boats. You can't bring your own boat, but you can bring your own motor and shit. So you can.
No, I think you can launch there as long as the launch is open. You can't launch like a kayak. I think you could launch there. I think you can't launch maybe John boats or anything like that because they have like the Swan pedal boats and everything like that. But what I believe is what I was told was as long as the launch is open, you can launch a boat that like your kayak there or something like that. But
so I was told that
it's only 3 feet deep, or 4 feet deep max.
Yeah, but at least so you got to pay. I think it's like what is it like $10 or $12 for the day? It's peanuts. It's nothing. You know, so it's like
what Blindenberg used to do.
Yeah, I mean, because you had to pay for. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Because it's technically Belmont's a state park. It's the same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
it's owned by the state.
I don't know. I just think that we have to get these guys on board with us, but I just really don't think any of them would fucking listen. Because I just honestly think they don't care, and that's the sad part. Now you go upstate, it's completely different.
Yeah.
You know, look at fucking Mayapack. Mayapac's gorgeous. Granted, it's not a lot of places you can launch. You only got the one guy, that's whatever. It is what it is. But that place was, I would no problem swimming in that place.
Yeah.
With the amount of it, and listen, we almost got ran over by the cops and swamped, but that's besides the point. But they're running around in a twin screw center console. Like, if you start treating what you have natural resources to make money for yourself or for the town, that's fine. A lot of it, I think, in Nassau County has to do with people.
That place is gone.
It's going to get to the point where I'm going to release all the grass carp around here too, and I'm going to be that guy. Now this is where I'm going to go to jail because they're going to have it on our podcast. But whatever, it was beautiful. Like that place was immaculate. But that's where you can see the people who take their money and put it back into a
the
business
community
or land.
Yes, exactly, 100%.
Those people realize that, oh shit, you know, we get outsiders that are coming from the island, from PA, from upstate, from Connecticut to go fish this area. It's a fucking tourist attraction. They got 3 hotels right fucking there at the launching ramp. Don't tell me they're not there for any reason, because that's a summer destination. So 100%. They understand that shit. If we get these people on there, oh wow, this is more money generated for the town.
Correct.
But nobody understand here gives a shit. Granted, it is Massapequa and they're filled with, a little bit of Karens. I know, I work with all of them, and they don't want that in their backyard. But how many people are actually going to be using it? You want to bring these people from out of state everybody goes upstate to go fishing.
Well, look what they want to do back with Ronkonkoma. They're trying to bring it back to what it was back in the 40s.
Yeah.
There was water slides and like a summer attraction with like, there's no chance it's ever going to happen. I think they're
that's awesome.
Dreaming. But there's a thought of it at least,
Yeah,
exactly. They gotta regulate the water level where it actually stays at a more natural level. Because right now it fluctuates too much. You've been putting money in there just to throw it away.
Yeah, but there's got to be a reason why it fluctuates so much. Do they have their own dam? I've only fished it a few times with you guys, so I can't really say too much about it.
According to what I was told by the DEC, there is none. It's all that's the water table.
Yep.
So there's no way that far inland, someone who's dealt with hydrostatic water all of his life, there's no way you can have that much of a hydrostatic drop in a lake. You're talking 12 feet. Like, you're telling me where I launch my boat, I'm walking up to my knees.
Think about how deep that is.
Some parts are 40, 50 feet.
40, probably somewhere around there. Deepest spot, probably 60.
It's like, deepest, I think it was almost 70.
So what did Greg say?
When it's something like
deep. It's a stupid amount of acreage. It's huge. So you're trying to tell me that
water on the island.
Right. So you're telling me that acreage dropped 10 foot. Where the fuck is that water going?
Yeah.
It's not going back into the ground. Like it's physically impossible. Like it's not. That's one of the only artesian well lake that I know of on the island is Brightwaters. It's phenomenal for carp and all that other stuff. You'll get stupid amount of tickets instantaneously because DEC was backed us probably like 3 years ago. We were carp fishing, and now that's a incorporated village township. So you technically can't fish it unless you're under 16. we got tickets. DEC fought it and actually went after Brightwaters, saying that this is a New York State body of water. Why can't they fish it? It's actually fed top lake by an artesian system. Artesian well, if anybody doesn't know, water comes out of the ground, can't stop it. It's just a steady flow of water. Once you hit it, it's just going to keep going until it dries out. 99% of the times, it'll never dry out. As long as the water is fed from inside the village of Brightwaters, Brightwaters owns it. So it's not New York State, and that's why you can't fish it. And they actually, DC was all for it. We saw them at the show. They literally showed us. They went to them. They came back and gave us a ruling, which I get it. That kind of makes sense. That's the only time I've ever seen them to do anything that's even cool or remotely close to what we needed them to do. But what are they going to do with fucking, if they have to figure out why the water's dropping 12 foot? It's not going to, if it's tidal, it would be like my basement. I live on the water. I watch the water come up in a sump, and I watch it go down in a sump. It goes 3 inches.
They're gonna leave it to the lake keeper that they're looking to hire.
Right, who's probably has no idea even how to spell the word lake. It's just going to be another person in office to take money from all the taxpayers, and that's about it. All that type of shit should be us, not us, but townships should be voting. Yeah. Right, voting those people in like an office type of thing. Because it's just going to be nothing but waste of money. You're going to have one guy to do what? He's only there to scare people from throwing fucking bodies in the water. That's all it is. But
yeah,
I don't know.
What else was in the description? Wasn't it like pH? Yeah, water testing and all that stuff.
It's going to be like water testing. And
cleaning
it's
up
going to
the
be
garbage.
like the guy that's going to be cleaning up the garbage and walking around the park and everything.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's fine too. You need that too.
Who's going to do it? But who's going to do it?
No one is. The problem is, and I hate to say it, I hate bringing this little fucker up. Fucking peg leg, man.
But the problem with that place is there's 3 different townships that surround it.
Yes, that too.
And you have like, what is it? Lake Ronkonkoma got like that little incorporated village or something that's within that area. That
right, it's on the opposite
that are on
side.
The water.
Yep.
It's on the south side, I think. So like they all have their own little meetings and all this other stuff, where they all think that they should have the power within, and
it's
to get all of them to
money.
agree. Plus, of course,
where's the money coming from? That's everything about with these towns is all about money, and I get it. It's a business. It's all about money, but charge the people that fucking use it. That's how you pay for it. But they want to know is, okay, fine, that pays for itself, but what about the extra for us? Everybody's always looking for themselves. And listen, I hate to say it, that's just how this fucking society works, but it is what it is. But it's like, only place we can really fucking go is Suffolk County. So that limits us, I don't know, half the fucking island. I can go fish the monthly, in Nassau.
You can fish anywhere.
That's fine, but there's so many more cooler spots. Granted, there's only like fucking 2 or 3 that could give us more access, but charge these fucking people to do it and let them fucking fish it. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's more of a liability, I guess, for the town's golf pit if somebody gets hurt or shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's why he files permits and everything like that with the DEC and whoever he's going to put the proper channels through, to get the permits from. So
because when I was younger, you could fish Twin Lakes with a kayak
with a boat,
or inflatable.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But a guy fucking drowned, and they were like, no more. So granted, it's a sad scenario, but you were allowed to do it, and it's only going to take one accident, and then it's going to be fucking shut down. But
yeah, but I mean, you could go there and you could die waiting there. Like they had somebody pass away 2 or 3 years ago, where they shut it down because
he had it in the winter,
drowned, or he had a heart attack or something like that, and wound up drowning. Yeah. So
I don't know. I just think everything that we do is just going to be nothing but a fucking hope and a dream.
It goes by the wayside because they can find money or a way to accrue money or greater amount of money somewhere else doing something else.
Yeah.
So
I just think there's a lot of rich people in people's ears. I don't want this in my backyard type shit.
Oh, 100%. Why would somebody want to be like, oh, I get the lake to myself? That's a whole other thing. It's a selfish thing too. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I'm paying the property tax for this thing. Like why should somebody else be able to use the same lake that I can use when it's my lake, this and that, and no matter what's going to happen, you'll still get that though, Bill. Even
that issue is across the country.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Like if you look at Connecticut with Candlewood, people are complaining to like the lake people up there and everything like that about the boat launches. Like they don't have garbage cans at their boat launches at all. So they actually wound
Is that
up,
where I flipped you over in the shitter?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Did you hear about that story?
No, I did not.
We'll get back to that in a minute. It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
So a lot of people like
we're gonna try and take a break in a minute. We'll finish this up. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna start part 2 in a minute. We're gonna break this up into 2 segments. So
all right.
Fair enough.
Go
ahead, Brian.
So
Connecticut.
like Connecticut, yeah. Like so, a lot of people are complaining because you got the guys from Jersey, New York, and everything like that. They go up there, and obviously, it's like, all right, well, it's Connecticut. Like, it's not my home lake, or it's not somewhere that I live, and everything like that. So why would I care about doing that? But that's the thing. Like, it's a joint initiative that you have to care about where you're at. Like, you got to treat it like it's your own house, type of thing. Yeah. Like, you shouldn't be throwing garbage.
I don't think I've ever
like
come across a freshwater guy that didn't give a shit. You guys, and like I said, I come from a saltwater background. You guys are the most passionate fishermen for the areas that you deal with. I've watched saltwater guys literally fucking just throw shit in the water. Don't worry about it. It'll get taken out with the tide. I've never seen anybody, even in our groups or even when I wasn't fishing with you guys, throw shit in the water. 90% of the guys carry their word boxes out. There's garbage cans all through Twin Lakes that you can throw shit in. Like, yeah. I never see them act fucking stupid, besides the guys that come there and take the stupid shit, but that's different. But, like, no one ever fucks around with the bodies of water that they're fishing with. It's the saltwater guys, and I'm not knocking the saltwater guys, that have less care that I've seen in my personal experience, that just don't give a shit. And I don't know, I just feel like they don't fucking give us any, there's like no leeway. They don't even let us try. Like if they gave it like, you know what, let's try for a year and see how this works. And if it generates money, it's great. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And then just stop it. Like who cares? But nobody listens to anything that we have to fucking say. And I don't think our voices are big enough. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know, if you had some of these politicians or...
And especially in Region 1, I mean, honestly, there's not enough of a public body to even push it to make any move across the state at all.
Yeah. Plus, there's not enough people to do it.
The amount of freshwater guys that there are in Region 1 and on the island, you know, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to even have them listen to us because they have all of their freshwater stuff is all up north. And that's where they get their money from, that they get paid by the big tournament clubs, trails to come through. That's where all their income's coming from. Bass,
well, they would never be able to do anything big on the island because it can never support any of that stuff. So that's when we just need to break off and make Long Island its own state.
Yeah, that would be another episode, I guess. All right, so we are going to take a break right now. We will be back with part 2 of this, where we're going to maybe talk a little bit more of the Long Island tournaments, and we will go on to...
and don't forget, I'm going to be explaining on why what happened to you at Candlewood. That's going to be in part 2.
Sounds good.